everybody, it's the Bulls Show, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be providing an injury update for you guys ahead of our home return against the Washington Wizards. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do obviously have a lot to say about the Chicago Bulls team, and I've said a lot of it already, but I am very excited to see the Bulls return at home at the United Center in front of the home crowd as we do face the Washington Wizards, which will be a tough test, even though the Wizards themselves have some very big injury concerns. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get through the Bulls injury concerns. We'll probably talk a little bit about the Wizards injury concerns as well, and just give my overall thoughts and opinions on the current situation of the Chicago Bulls. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show. Turn notifications on and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and the overall injury update that we have looking forward to this Washington Wizards game. Ladies and gentlemen, the first thing I want to talk about in relation to the Chicago Bulls is Javonte Green. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Javonte Green has suffered a bone bruise in his knee. We've all seen the alarm straight away when I said that sentence, ladies and gentlemen, and he's listed as doubtful to play against the Washington Wizards. Doubtful means a 75% chance he will miss this game with only a 25% chance he will play. What we know about bone bruises, especially if it's a fairly large bone bruise to say the least, they can take a long time to recover from. Lonzo Ball had a bone bruise alongside of other injuries the first time around, and at the end of the day, it is a very tough thing to deal with. So expect Javonte Green, even if he does play this game, which is I don't think he's going to play this game, and honestly, doubtful is there for a reason, but expect him to be out for a little bit longer, ladies and gentlemen, just purely based on that bone bruise. And that will obviously mean Patrick Williams will most likely be starting for the Chicago Bulls, and we'll see what we can get done in that avenue. There was a quote recently that Patrick Williams came out when he got dropped saying that he expected to get dropped, and that really upset me, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't necessarily think a guy that has superstar quality potential in his eyes as well would be saying something like that. So again, I'm hoping Patrick Williams can take advantage of this situation and play to the best level he possibly can, and obviously Javonte Green can come back as soon as possible. But it looks like Javonte Green might be out for a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully he can get back as soon as possible, and right now he's the starting power forward for the Chicago Bulls, so we are basically missing a starter right now, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully if he is going to be the remaining starter of the team when he does return, hopefully he can come back and fill that role, because we do need Javonte Green on this team, starting or coming off the bench. I think is very, very valuable for this team. Moving into the next one, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to talk about Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso has been listed as day-to-day, and I believe he's also listed as probable to play against the Washington Wizards. Probable means a 75% chance he will play, with only a 25% chance he may miss this game. All things considered, I think Alex Caruso will probably play the game. Again, maybe I can understand him missing it just because, again, returning from Chicago and whatnot, we do have a couple of home games to look forward to. We've got a back-to-back coming up very soon as well. I personally think if there was any game that Alex Caruso is going to miss, if he is struggling with soreness or whatever the case may be, he might miss one of the back-to-back games. I don't necessarily see him missing this game, ladies and gentlemen, against the Washington Wizards. That's just my personal opinion. But at the end of the day, that is definitely something that it's very possible we can see. So hopefully Alex Caruso again can kind of figure out what's been bothering him, and he can get back to 100% healthy as well, because we do need Alex Caruso in the team, especially for his defense, because we know from time to time our defense has been extremely poor with the Chicago Bulls team. Sometimes, not necessarily all the time, but sometimes. There are certain quarters where this team is really, really bad defensively. But again, if you look at the statistics, it's probably not the worst thing in the world, but I think Alex Caruso is going to be a huge loss on that defensive end. Let's talk about, obviously, the Washington Wizards for a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Bradley Beal is going to be reevaluated from his hamstring injury. He got a couple of days ago. He will be out against the Chicago Bulls, so that's instantly their best player that will be missing this game against the Chicago Bulls. You've got Rui Hachimura that also will be out, and you've also got, ladies and gentlemen, a former Bulls player, Devon Dotson, that will be day-to-day and could potentially miss that game as well. Look, again, Rui Hachimura and Delon Wright, Bradley Beal, those are probably the guys that we're probably going to be the most concerned about, and they are all officially out of this game against the Chicago Bulls. So, ladies and gentlemen, look, I'm not necessarily saying that this makes the game easier for us, but I guess I kind of am. We should be walking away with a win against the Washington Wizards. If we fail to beat this Washington Wizards side with no Bradley Beal and no Rui Hachimura, no DeLon Wright, and we could basically have just Alex Caruso participate but Javonte Green miss the game, we should still have more than enough to win this game against Washington. If we fail to do so at home, the return to the United Center with the home crowd behind you, if we lose this game, I honestly don't know how I'm going to react to something like that. But again, in every single game, you've got to be very worried. Again, Kyle Kuzma is someone that's having a very, very good season. Porzingis is doing good as well for the Washington Wizards. And they're a team that I feel like is fairly unpredictable. And so is this Chicago Bulls team as well. We've seen mediocrity. We've seen glimpses of fabulous basketball, and then we've seen downright brutal basketball as well. So I don't know what Chicago Bulls team is going to show up, but for my sakes, I'm hoping whatever Chicago Bulls team shows up, this is a game that you have to take. If we fail to win this game with the obstacles in front of the Washington Wizards, with their injury concerns and everything like that, then I find this extremely, extremely poor from the Chicago Bulls. So let's hope, for the Bulls' sake, we can walk away with a win and maybe go on to verse the Dallas Mavericks the game after and have a good run of form there. Let's wait and see what will happen. But thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next Chicago Bulls video. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.